Hello and welcome to Effective Evolution. And today we're back on pia24147. And this time we're looking at various areas and we're going to be a bit more focused. You'll probably notice some specific structures, whether they are in fact edifice or monuments or the like buildings and various types of city like alien dwellings, and you're encouraged to use your imagination and explore at your leisure as well to find your own types of interests or whatnot. And hopefully, we can make some sense out of all of these intricate areas and determine and to speculate a bit further as to if it is, in fact, some type of otherworldly, extraterrestrial, plant, creative, architectural design. And let's get right to it. And we're going to spend some time on this particular area. And it is the same panorama, which is the MRO's 24147 panorama, PIA 24147. And please bring your attention to this monument like structure with a quite circular top. It does appear to be some type of tower, and also a quote, a statue like type of object or whatnot. And you can see the detail is quite astonishing. Notice the smooth nature of the texture. And it does appear to be a head with two arms and two shoulders there, just kind of protecting a certain area or whatnot. And please go around with the magnification and come up with some further thoughts. Is this a type of dome structure yet again, or the like? And there is quite a perfect circular design here. Very notable. And we're going to spend some time on this particular area. And we're going to continue to explore some other areas of this PIA 24147 area. And of course, this is with the help of the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter and its intricate partners or whatnot. And of course, the architecture here is quite intriguing. And just note the areas that have been highlighted here. And we'll go over that in just a bit. Now, with the area at the top left part of this panorama, you can notice that there are some intricate designs here, even though it is in another type of shade for some reason. But you can notice there are linear patterns. It does indicate some type of building architecture. And at the middle area, there is another type of design here. It seems to be some type of concentric circles, perhaps a tower-like structure in the center of it all. It will take some time to get familiar with it, perhaps. And on the lower left, you can also see some other types of design here. And are these buildings, types of walls, monuments, edifice, or whatnot? You'll have to come up with your own thoughts, of course. And at the lower left, the quote cliff wall type part of this quote met or metropolitan area on PIA24147, you can notice that there are intricate structures on the wall here as well. And there does seem to be other dome-like structures. Are these some type of observational areas for another whirly spacefaring observation type of processing or whatnot, i.e. an extraterrestrial planetarium or whatnot? And you'll notice this other dome here. It does seem like it's made for a certain purpose, and this seemed to be very circular, very designed, very dome-like, of course. And on the cliff wall, you'll probably notice this five-sided structure, of course. Very intricate designs here, very symmetrical. There also appears to be a vertical type of architecture here. And at the top left, there are also some very interesting designs as well. As noted, and these are just a few of the areas, of course. There are many, many more to be explored and to become acquainted with and whatnot. And using the zoom, of course, just to change the magnification here and there, you can notice there are structures that indicate towers, buildings, or whatnot. And you're encouraged to explore with the magnification and various techniques, the various probing tools and whatnot, and to come up with some more detail and arrive at some further reasoning and whatnot. It does indicate that this is some otherworldly type of design. It does definitely mesmerize you after a while. And of course, that's the whole idea, to encourage your thoughts. Hello there, and of course with this part 2 edition of PIA 24147 with the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter and its networks, we've just taken the panorama, and here it is per se. And using the burn instrument, now this would bring out dark areas. It adds the dark tones to the panorama. You could probably determine some more detail, especially along here, 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 here. Remember this dome structure here, and on the side as well. These designs, topological patterns along the quote cliff wall. These areas here. This seems to be a whole area of planned architecture as well. Other intricate designs here, here too.
here as well along the side. And here's the dome front. Notice the concentric circles that seem to be designed for some type of mobility reason or whatnot, maybe to keep the civilization organized in case they decide to traverse this particular terrain or whatnot. And we get something like this. These are some of the additional structures you can use with the version tool.
And with this visit to pia24147, this would be part 2, more or less. And we're zooming in some particular areas. And you'll notice that it does indicate that there is some very creative design that is going on with the architecture, more or less. And this PIA24147 area does indicate that there is an extraterrestrial type of city dwelling here. Not only here, but in many other parts as well. And for example, we're looking at this quote dome like structure, and we put it in the red for a while. And we're going to explore it a bit further. And as you can see, there are various structures around this as well. This is just one particular area. And it is the quote metropolitan area or Met area that we went over not too long ago as well. And as you can see, there are many, many intricate designs here. And whether they are in fact edifices or buildings, monuments, or just types of manufacturing dwellings or domestic dwellings or whatnot of an extraterrestrial nature, you'll have to come up with your own ideas regarding that. But please note this dome-like structure, and it is there. Notice the circular pattern, and we're going to get on to the other areas as well. And just zoom in. You can play around with your magnifying instrument or whatnot and come up with some further thoughts or whatnot. And we're getting back to the blue shade here. Definitely indicative of some type of dome-like structure, whether it is in fact used for otherworldly observation, i.e. a reciprocal type of observation with this spacefaring society and whatnot. And notice the intricate symmetry. There seems to be a city-like area or whatnot, routes, paths, buildings, and the like. Very creative designs going on here. Is this strictly Mother Nature's activities, or is it a combination, or is it another worldly type of architectural methodology? You're encouraged to come up with your own ideas, of course. And just notice the architecture here. There appears to be another dome-like structure and linear patterns, and it does seem to be another extra worldly type of city like dwelling or whatnot. And just going over the side here, you can see that there is some architecture here as well, even though it is in a different shape for some reason. Mind you, it could be an endeavor to confiscate what's there, to hide it from prying viewers or whatnot. But notice these could be edifice. There's a five-sided building here with a bit of an entrance on the left side. And there seems to be architecture along the cliff area as well of a vertical nature. There seems to be tower-like structures and the like. It would take a while to get familiar with these designs, but of course they are there. It's just a matter of having your own subjective ideas or whatnot. And you're encouraged to keep on with your methodology, of course. And with some final synopsis, then, after going over some of these intricate areas of PIA 24147, you must admit that there is further insight to be gained from this, and whether they were the structures which could indicate that they are some type of dome observational structures. For example, they might be some type of extraterrestrial planetarium or planetariums to observe the quote skies at an otherworldly type of perspective. And the city like dwellings, whether they were noticed on the cliff quote face or whatnot. And of course, remember that there might have been different shades, but that doesn't mean that the same type of architecture is not there, i.e., it could be some type of confiscation yet again to deter the viewer to come up with some of their own private reasoning or whatnot. And we'll leave it at that, but it does make you want to explore a bit further. And of course, there are many other areas. These are just a few, and we'll get on to that. It really does encourage one to have more malleability with these videos and perhaps to make them public sometime. And of course, you do have to realize that other people will have their own types of logistics and reasoning or whatnot. So we'll leave it at that for now, but hopefully you found this part two version of PIA 247147 very intriguing. And please keep on with the exploration. Thank you for your time on behalf of Effective Evolution.